Alrighty, we're up at deer camp. With me is Mike on the far right, and this is Terry. Uh, Terry was new to camp last year. He came up and experienced deer camp with me second week. We weren't successful, but he did see a couple deer. Mike, on the other hand, at the other end down there, he's been up here a few times. He shot a deer up here, and he shot a bear up here. Gentlemen, welcome to Whitetail Warriors Deer Camp.
Thanks, Dan.
Mike, I'll start with you. How long you been deer hunting?
Since I was 12 and I'm 60, so
Okay.
do the math, I guess.
What do you see different since you've hunted deer here, and you've hunted deer down home in St. Clair County, and you've hunted deer throughout the state? What do you think is different from the UP versus the rest of the state?
Up here, you hunt.
Yeah.
You have to look for the deer. You really have to look for the sign. Down there, we've got,
Ag fields and
90 acres and food plots and stuff like that. And the deer are there, There's big ones down there, but I choose to come up here just because of hunt. I mean, the thrill of hunting up here is just unreal, especially when you're successful.
Now, Terry, where'd you start hunting? In Indiana?
Benton County, Indiana, on a farm. Yep.
Okay.
When I was a teenager, bow and arrow.
Now, what do you live in South Haven,
South Haven, Michigan. Yep.
and you got hunting there too, right?
Yep.
Is the hunting there good, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's deer everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right by the Alleghens State Game Reserve.
Okay. Now, what do you see between Indiana and Michigan? What do you see different? Since you've hunted, you grew up hunting there. Is there any difference in hunting? I know it's deer.
Corn-fed deer down there.
Down in Indiana?
Yeah, in Benton County, it's all ditch deer.
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly fields. It's one stoplight in the whole county.
Yeah.
So they're fed good. Big deer.
Now, what do you see after hunting up here for 1 year? What do you see different up here versus down home where you live and where you grew up?
What do I see?
What do you see different up here? Few and far between, or what?
We've seen lots of tracks.
Mm-hmm.
We saw some deer yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. The day before.
Lots of them on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're here. You just gotta hunt for them.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta find them.
Between whatever else is hunting them up here, they're skittish. So the wind blows, they don't like to move.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
they proved me wrong last year.
Yeah.
20-some mile an hour winds, and I didn't think I'd see, and I did see 3. So you're coming back for year number 2 this year, right?
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm already here. If I could stay, I would.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I love it here.
It's like a different, whole new ball game hunting deer up here.
Yeah.
It's not a walk in the park.
Yeah. No.
Put your miles on.
We put some miles on the last couple days.
Some serious miles.
Yeah, but we got rewarded.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
there's a few running around.
Yeah.
That and some bears, bobcats.
A lot of bear.
Yeah, a lot of bear sign too.
Yeah, everywhere.
Yes. Scat everywhere.
So you both would agree that deer hunting in the Upper Peninsula is a whole new ball game.
Absolutely.
That's different.
And Mike, what would you say to somebody that wanted to try hunting UP? What would you first thing you tell them to do?
Find somebody who's got experience up here first. You could spend 30 years, like Dan's got 30-some plus years, and I rely on some of his information mostly, or otherwise I'd be sitting somewhere where I wouldn't see nothing for days.
Yeah.
You gotta have your time in the woods is the key.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to have time in the woods.
And you would agree to that? Like,
Yeah, 100%. For
You know,
sure.
find somebody that's been up,
Some,
because would you both agree that you should have at least a compass?
Absolutely,
yeah.
a compass.
if you don't,
Yeah,
yeah,
can't
if
rely
you don't
on
have
the
it old
sun.
school one, have one on your phone for sure.
No, don't rely on
You're
the phone.
Well, you're not gonna have a cell signal most places.
No,
No.
you better know how to get through the woods.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you got to.
I mean, there's a lot of different. There's a lot of different terrain up here.
Yeah, you could go
You
for
got-
hours and hours and
you got-
hours till you reach a road
Yeah.
or something like
Some type of abandoned two-track.
that. Yep.
You know, we don't have the lot. We don't have the big hills in this neck of the woods. It's a lot of lowland, swampland, water.
And there's hills. There's like this place here. It's on
Yeah.
a hill. It's
But I
got
mean
terrain.
hills. I mean like
Not
hills like
giant, no, not
Pennsylvania
big,
or
but it's
Southern
got
Ohio or you know.
enough terrain to hold big bucks.
So, but you would tell somebody to get with somebody that's been up here before.
Yeah, at least get a start. You know, give a direction. Show you some tracks, some big tracks. You know, that are 4 inches or something like that. Follow them for a while, and you'll know more about that deer by just following that deer around.
Yeah, that is, you know.
You can set your cameras up and on a trail or whatever, but to me, I just as soon look for a track.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I can picture that deer's on that trail. You know, it's proof. Camera, it's proof too.
Now, what is okay? You've both experienced deer camp. Would you tell somebody that they should do that once or twice in their career?
If that's what they're looking for,
Go
a challenge.
to a deer camp.
If they're looking for a challenge, come to DUP. You're not just gonna sit there and you're gonna come walking up. You gotta go find where they're walking.
Yeah.
You gotta find that.
Yeah, the experience for deer camp. Yeah, everybody should do that.
Find some
If you're
good,
a hunter,
find some good sign like old ancient deer trails. Set up.
I didn't agree. Finding the deer sign and you're in the right going in the right direction.
Yeah, deer are where you find the sign.
You know, because hunting up here, there's no ag fields 5 yards from here. There's no food plots. Of course, I don't have just a tad under 5 acres. I really can't put a food plot here. I don't think it would grow in all this sandy soil. I think the deer up in this neck of the woods rely on water mostly because there ain't no oak trees for miles around here, and hickory or beech nut or there's a bunch of apple trees we've noticed
Yeah.
towards town more,
A lot of apples this year.
but there really isn't a lot of food for them out here.
No,
You know,
the grass on the two tracks, the old abandoned two tracks, got a lot of grass on them.
yeah.
They like that.
But the number one thing in my book is the deer need water, and there's plenty of it around here.
Yep.
Number one, they need water.
yeah, they don't want to go far for water.
So I'm going to put you on the spot, Mike. What do you think about all the regulations that Michigan has?
It works. You gotta do what they tell you. You
Yeah.
know, you got restrictions. You got restrictions. And no matter what we're saying, it ain't gonna change them. You know, we can complain and talk about it all we want until the state decides to do. Seems like it's working. In places, it's pockets. They just need to pay more attention to pockets that they're.
And pay more attention to what us hunters are telling
Yeah,
them.
communication's the key to the
know.
world. If they don't want to listen, then what are you gonna do?
They got people on the NRC board that I think between the three of us, we know more about deer hunting than they'll ever know.
They gotta look out.
Some of these people on the board of the NRC, I'm beginning to wonder if they're even qualified to do the job.
I'm not gonna comment on that.
So,
Are they even hunters?
that's another thing. Do they even hunt?
Yeah. I don't
It just seems we need a law degree to figure out every year what you can and what you can't shoot.
Yeah. People gotta
Because
cooperate.
there are certain places in the northern lower that on a combo tag, you gotta have 4 points on one side on your first buck.
Yeah.
Now where you and I live, they only have to be a 3-inch spike, on a
Yeah.
combo tag.
Yeah.
So you gotta know your regulations before you leave home where you're hunting.
Yeah, it's
You don't
different.
want to get in trouble.
Because now they got doe tags for this area, but you also have to have an access permit.
Right, you've got to have both.
And that access permit has to go with your
Okay.
universal
Yeah.
doe permit.
Yeah.
So,
To simplify it, be a lot nicer.
I always tell. I mean, I've told Terry and I told both of you is this: you're not guaranteed nothing up here but a good time.
Just what you make of it.
You gotta go into it with the right attitude. And it's like personally, I don't go by what they say anymore. I just go by
What you say.
observation. And what we observed these last couple days, the mild winter helped, but they also need to do some other things that we won't get into to
Right.
help the deer out up here.
Yeah, everything's hunting them.
You
A lot of bear.
can say all you want, but they haven't had hard winters up here in a long time.
Not like they used to.
And then last year they hardly had any. We were back here in camp in first week in April. That's unheard of. Usually
Yeah.
there's still 2-3 feet of snow back here.
Yeah.
But
But
no,
you-
I just wanted to introduce these two guys, Mike and Terry. They're going to be joining me at camp this year, opening week.
Yep.
Opening day's on a Friday. We'll be coming up Thursday. They got a couple of spots. Mike's going to be hunting a clearing, and Terry's going to be in an old cut that was cut probably, I want to say 10 years ago. It was cut back where he's going to be hunting, and it's buttoned up to a pine thicket.
Yeah, it's thick.
It's thick back in there, and he's got water behind him. And I'm more than likely going to be on Island Ridge over there. I got some good intel pictures from over there. That clearing I was going to hunt, I didn't see the intel I wanted. However, I never thought I'd see the ferns grow as high as they did. And, 8,000 pictures, and 5 of them were deer, and the rest of them were just the ferns.
And 2 hours later.
I never figured that them ferns, they were the tallest ferns I've ever
Yeah.
seen. They were chest high.
Yeah.
You ain't even gonna see something moving
You
in
ain't
there.
gonna see no deer in there.
But no, I just wanted to, like I said, introduce these two guys. You're gonna see a lot more of them on camera coming up for deer season.
We're dragging big bucks.
We're hoping to at least see some deer anyway. My deer season will be opens on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then I'll leave Monday and then come back with the young bucks the following Friday for the last week of the season. The young bucks won't be coming; they can't come till the 18th. So then I'll just go back and work a few days and then come back for that whole following week after Thanksgiving. We'll go home that Sunday. So it'll be us three, possibly another guy. We don't know for sure, but definitely us. Want to thank you for watching. And until next time, we'll talk to you later.